Hello again, everybody, and welcome once again to another episode of Tech Times Daily. I'll be your host for today, Christian Tejares, and with me is my co-host, Christopher the Nonstopper, the king of the ring of conversations and jovial banter. He's the maestro of wit and the virtuoso of charm, the great Christopher Short. All right, Chris.
What's up, man? I'm good. I'm good. Those just keep getting better and better.
Yeah, I'm trying to one up it every episode. So
Yeah.
everything I say, by the way, is actually the truth. So to those who
Oh,
are
that's what's up.
wondering,
Thanks, man.
come at me.
Yeah.
So uh our topic for today actually ties in to one of our previous discussions, I think last week, right, regarding Australia. So
Yeah.
our topic for today comes to us from our Tech Times writer, Isaiah Richard, regarding a new California bill that's going to be passed. So California is now pushing for a new bill that aims to take down AI generated child pornography, centering on fake images that bring a child's likeness to explicit materials. The bill looks to further protect children from the loophole found in California's existing anti child porn law, as it only bans the creation, distribution, and possession of child sexual abuse materials, provided that it is a real kid. AI generated images are not counted as computers create them, and yet they still use data and likeness of real world children taken from the internet. With the new bill, generative AI porn will also be recognized considered illegal. So we did ask the question, when will this uh, type of situation be
Mm,
brought to the US? So I think it's happening now, and maybe the thing in Australia was the onset, was the catalyst of it.
right. I agree. Yeah. It's good. Thank God. You've got to put it in a it's got to be in a bill, right? And um hats off to California.
Yeah,
I know
and
I give California a lot of shit, but this is good
this
on
is a
them.
major step and a
Yeah.
much needed one. Like I'm already surprised that it wasn't actually computer data wasn't actually part of that bill before, right?
Yeah. Well, I think it's a matter of realism, right? Like now, I mean, Jesus, you can barely
I
tell
think
the
one of our
difference.
I think one of our comments that we received, and forgive me for getting your name, uh, spoke out about the situation of it becoming a thought crime, right? That is
Yeah.
actually not real. But in an essence, with the advancement of the computer age, and how they manipulate AI right now is basically almost a real person if you look at the photos. So
Right. I'm trying to look this comment up so we can give the proper shout out. But yeah, it's definitely that was a very, very good point
yeah, because
that
we did actually weigh on the consideration that everything that's done using AI is actually fictitious, but bringing into uh, real life images of kids actually puts a bit of intent on it,
hmm
right?
right. Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to okay, here we go. I think I have found so yeah, this was by inclination. It was a comment from inclination. So yeah, thanks to inclination for this comment. And we'll read it here. Maybe we can post it on the thing. It's a thought crime, which is a very scary thing to accept. The whole topic is disturbing. Obviously, no
Yep.
one wants to support child abuse. I wonder why it's possible for AI to create such images. And then no one was hurt. My head's going to explode over this one.
Yeah, it is. There are a lot of nuances to this kind of bill that's going to be passed, because it does also go into the fact that whatever's on your hard drive right now, regardless of what your intention is going to be held up. So
Yeah, it's again, that's exactly what it is. It's a thought crime, and I think this may be a deterrent
Yeah,
for, you know, because I feel like the problem with this thing is, right, man, is like I think I said in the last episode that it can go one of two ways for people. Either A, it could be, a satisfier of cravings, with a victimless kind of
yep.
approach, or it could be a gateway drug.
Yeah, and my on my end, like I guess there's a bit of personal responsibility on this on the parents regarding what they share regarding their child online, because AI can only operate under the confines of the content being online on the internet. So if you keep sharing your kids' pictures, although we go in the realm of infringing on people's freedom to sharing, but people have been so adamant regarding safety nowadays, especially regarding children.
Hmm.
They should be cognizant that these will be used once online for different purposes. I've seen a lot of parents post non-flattering things regarding their kids online as early as the age of, I think, 3 or 4.
Yeah,
So TikTok has been a proponent regarding this, right? So
yeah.
a bill can only do so much in a sense that it provides punishment, but I think it should start with the parents regarding what they share about their lives and their kids.
Well, yeah, but that's also, yeah, I agree. I mean, that's definitely, parents should, as a parent myself, and the father of a little girl, I'm always kind of worried
Yeah,
about, and she's a teenager now. She's in high school. Um, like 90% of her day is consumed by social media, whether it's, even if she's out with friends in the real world, they're still posting and, doing, pictures for for these platforms and things. So even though, she's a bright girl and she understands that, she can't live on social media, but still it's very social media centric, like this generation, this teenage generation. So, but I've been sure to, talk to her at length about just be careful what you put out there because it's forever. And
yep,
nowadays things can be manipulated. And I mean, there were instances when I was in high school of like a yearbook photo that may look strange,
yeah,
right? And then that spreads like wildfire. And, the person in the photo, experiences some type of trauma from that because they're the center of attention for something they had no intention of doing. It can be anything. It doesn't not necessarily explicit, but just anything that your peers at that age, when you get singled out,
yep.
it fucks with you really hard. So
Yeah, in terms of the content being shared online, I'm not giving the social media platforms a pass on this, but they do offer the option of actually just sharing it within the confines of your friends, having it as something that's personal to you as posted and not going public with the shots. But the thing with what I'm seeing in social media is kids' images, videos are being shared publicly with the intent of monetizing it. So that's what's scary right now. They're providing more material for these types of acts, and
right.
in a sense of and in the essence of actually monetizing it, pretty much actually being fine with it being available online. That's what scares me right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I read a study somewhere or something, research, um, that this generation, compared probably to our generation and maybe, the 30 somethings, the newer generation isn't as concerned about like TikTok farming their data. Like I think the general consensus for a lot of people in that age group is why do I care, right? Like I'm not using it. Like what difference does it make? Whereas us, it's like I don't use it, but you can't use it either.
Yeah, people like to share enough. Like I think it went downhill for me, and all of a sudden I realized that everything about this is actually just people wanting to monetize stuff.
Mm,
Let's call a spade a spade. Everyone wants money. It's the current influx of breastfeeding videos online,
it's insane.
right?
It's insane.
It's it. I feel like you're not provide. Although there might be people that are providing want to provide share education regarding it, but the majority of them, that's not their intent. That's basically clickbait for people that are pretty horny for these things.
Bro, I thought when I seen this come across my Instagram, I was like, what is this? It was like, awareness month or something. I don't know what it was. It was some, maybe it wasn't even, I don't know. But like just in the reels, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just reeling for, during my free time or whatever. If I don't have anything else to do, I'm just flipping through the reels on Instagram. When I seen this, I was like, this is not educational whatsoever. Like this is just a reason for this lady to pull her boob out.
Yeah, and the reason that I found out about this is I am part of the FGC. Actually, I'm just a lurker when it comes to the fighting game community, and there have been instances where someone was actually called out regarding his Instagram feed, the history of Instagram views that he's been looking at, and it's all breastfeeding. So
Yeah, well,
that's pretty damning. So
it is. But I mean, also, I mean, you got to give the guy the benefit of the doubt, right? Like, I don't
just the
know,
term "the guy" is actually pretty much
every
diminishes the benefit of the doubt.
every boob looks different. I mean, you could easily, as a
Well,
grown man, you could easily fall into one of those rabbit holes of like
you think he's just a connoisseur? So
maybe, and you know, but yeah,
yeah, but going back to this bill, I hopefully it's not because the U.S. law is just based from state by state, right? So it's
right. It's
just
not yet
gonna
a
be in
federal law.
California.
It's not yet federal. It could be picked up on a federal level.
I was more curious why it wasn't actually picked up on a federal level.
But that's kind of the beauty of the United States. You know, the states get to govern themselves for the most part, and it will. It'll trickle down. It'll spread through other states, especially as voting age people demand it. As soon as there's. And honestly, I don't mean to sound any particular way. I'm surprised that it's California actually.
Weren't they the most progressive ones in terms of these policies, by the way?
But
Which
I
state
think a
was the
lot,
first one that actually legalized marijuana?
probably California. If not, I don't know, California, maybe Washington, or I know not Colorado for sure. I was there. I was living in Colorado when it was legalized there. Uh, I came home from deployment and Colorado Springs smelled like Woodstock. I was like, oh my God, there's so
Besides
much weed here
California, I
now.
think there's a lot of child actors there, right? Protect your own.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is something. I mean, there definitely should be a push to the federal level. Like this should be a federal offense if they're
It
going to
make,
do it. You know, because I mean,
makes me curious right now. My country actually has this.
I don't think so.
That's the main reason I think why I never actually got my kids their Facebook accounts. I don't even gave them their own emails because I figured me as a kid before, I feel like I was pretty much invincible and can get away with anything. And if the internet was actually available, who knows what I would have done.
Well, what do you think about the Florida bill that was banning kids from having social media accounts?
It would have been an obvious thing, right? Like this is basically someone providing a kid. Although we keep giving kids credit, they're still kids. They don't have enough
Mm,
life experience to actually understand what pain and hurt is. Pain and hurt are. So I would
that's
be in
true.
favor of it. Like there should have been a safeguard regarding it.
Yeah, and I think it's the predators are what we have to worry about.
I think
You know,
Twitch has a. I don't. I'm not sure if YouTube still has this rule where kids are not allowed to actually create content on their platforms, but I know Twitch doesn't actually allow a certain age to actually stream. Like I remember there was an issue before with a famous streamer who was actually found out to be underage, and he was actually banned from Twitch, although he is actually a famous streamer. So certain safeguards like these actually goes a long way. But then again,
Yeah,
it all falls down to the people who actually allow them to do it, to do these things, which are the parents.
yeah, that's very true. But you can't. And again, I like to play devil's advocate. It is up to us as parents to educate and say be careful what you put online. You don't know who's going to. Actually, my mom said this to me in like 1997 or something.
Yeah,
She was like, "Don't be putting your picture on the internet. You don't know what they'll do with your." And I was like, "That's crazy," but it's
yeah.
not.
Man, I'm
It
sorry to the
is.
audiences on why we're harping regarding the parent situation and stuff. Like you can't actually tell people don't be a pedo and think they will actually listen, right?
Right,
So
right.
the bill is
But
actually a pretty good news for everyone in California. Hopefully, it actually is caught on by the rest of the states that doesn't have it, and makes other countries actually have a quick look regarding their child protection laws within their countries on
so
the
does
yeah.
I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But so
No worries.
does this mean that I want to make sure like if you could draw really well and you hand drew some of this stuff, is that illegal?
This is like you asking me if it's possible to jerk off with the Mona Lisa, right? So that's why one of
I'm into
our
plain chicks.
comments received is actually mentioned the fact that people are going after thought crimes now. So it delves into that realm. But like I said, if you use real life images, at least for me, it shows a bit more intent that you are actually targeting someone.
Okay, yeah. It's a slippery slope, man. But I mean, I guess it's not. I mean, I guess this could stop at this. But so deep fakes illegal?
It depends what the deep fake is, I guess. So
Well, let's say it's like that one that I seen of AOC saying that we should travel to the sun at night because it's like whatever.
and speaking
And
of deep fakes, imagine how horrendous it could be right now this coming election.
oh, dude, we haven't I don't think we've even seen the tip of the iceberg of the potential of malicious AI generated content.
Yeah.
'Cause
Hopefully,
I was
it
going to
will
say, like,
find a much better way.
some of those old people on my Facebook, they shared that AOC thing. And I remember the one guy, he does a lot, he shares a lot of political stuff. He's very political, apparently. He's about 50. Uh, and his caption on, have you seen the AOC thing?
I haven't.
Where she's talking about traveling to the sun at night because it's like, I don't know, off or
I don't.
something.
Yeah, I don't usually follow AOC. I find politicians who scream more. I tend to not listen to them that well.
But anyway, it's a deep fake where apparently she's in like this interview and she's saying, they should travel to the sun at night so that you don't burn up or something. And it's obviously like I don't care. I mean, children understand that the sun is still on all the time. Like, and this this guy shared. He's like, just when I think she couldn't get more stupid or something, I was like,
Like
bro, you have to know that this is fake. You have to.
even a 5-year-old knows that the sun is not was not manufactured by General Electric. So
Right. Okay. Since we're talking about this, and before have you seen the ridiculousness about people commenting on like the eclipse photos and things? Like I seen one. It was like, how? isn't it strange that the moon and the sun are the same size or something like that? Because it's like, bro. So I
Dude,
say
it's hard.
that to say this.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if they're trolling. They may be, and it's funny if they are. It's sad if they're not. But the amount of seemingly gullible people that are still gullible after this rapid fire evolution into social media and tech and AI, it's scary, man. Because when as soon as they pump out a bunch of deep fakes with Trump or a bunch of deep fakes with Biden or RFK or
Yeah.
whoever, the amount of people that are going to potentially fall for these things is terrifying.
You know, the funny thing about what you said right now is the answer to that question regarding the moon, the sun, and the stars. It's called perspective, and I think these
Yeah,
people don't have any.
and that's scary.
Yeah. And I hope
That's
people actually like our perspective at this point and can at least accept it. And we are interested in your perspective and this topic that we had today. So thank you again for joining us for Tech Times Daily. Please comment, like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. And on behalf of my co host, Christopher Short, we'll see you in the next.